Welcome to today's morning power up call. Go ahead and let you guys should be refreshing now, jumping onto the stream. So I'll give you a few minutes and kind of babble here while that happens. I guess not a few minutes, let's give you a few seconds. So welcome to today's morning power up call. If this is your first time, or if you just barely started tuning into these, the reason I do these calls is every morning at basically this time, unless I'm stuck on a plane or traveling or something weird has happened with my life. And even then I'll find a different time, but every single day I hop on a call with you guys. And I give you guys a short little small nugget, a little daily lesson, a little daily idea. Plus, I try and help you feel the energy, feel that vibrant little hum that comes when you really get into this copywriting game. When you really truly get a sense of what's possible. There's almost a little electric hum. I feel it. I love the way it feels. And I love to give it to you guys. I want you guys to feel that excitement, that energy, that sense of possibility and wonder that comes when you are in the copywriting game for real. So I'm glad to be doing this call with you guys today. Let's talk really quickly about some announcements. We're gonna have a live copy review on Thursday. I'll post the link to that to submit your copy for that in the announcements channel today. Also, I have inside of the announcements channel currently, there's a place you can submit a video submission for the new intro. We're coming up on number 200 of these morning power up calls, and I would like to do a new intro video to celebrate that and to just keep a new video moving forward after 200. And so I put a link in that. If you are a video editor, if you have any level of video editing skills, feel free to submit a video. If you win, you'll get you'll get a 30-minute one-on-one call with me where you can book a time on my calendar. We'll talk for 30 minutes about whatever you want me to talk about. We can look at your copy. We can do anything you want for 30 minutes if you win this. So if you have any level of skill, I'm only going to pick one. I'm only going to pick the best. But if you have any level of video editing skills and can create an intro that rivals the energy felt from this current intro, then I want to talk to you, and I want to have you take a stab at creating a new intro video. So guys, let's dive into it. So we've got the copy review call. Normally we do a few other live calls beyond the daily power up calls like this. I'm not doing those this week because I am going to be focusing almost again just like last week, heads down. I spend all my time either answering questions that Ask Professor Andrew channel, doing a live daily power up call, or filming and working on the new bootcamp, because I'm completely updating the bootcamp, adding new resources. I'm looking right now on my giant whiteboard at some of the things that are coming out new. Some of the things that are going to be different are there's going to be a giant library of all possible funnels, all possible configurations of different marketing assets. There'll be a giant library that you guys can pull from. I'm completely redoing the outreach and sales portion almost completely so that you can take this new approach. It's going to be more about finding businesses to partner with and less about prospecting or cold email. A few other things that are going to be different. The writing section of the actual program is going to be you're going to learn how to use AI inside of that. Obviously, I have a separate course that teaches you how to do that currently. I'm just going to merge that into the bootcamp so you can learn that right from the beginning. You're also going to do something called a capstone project, where you're going to be building out essentially a small funnel as part of your bootcamp experience. So you would do everything: the sales page, landing page, the email sequence, setting it up if you actually want to. I'll show you how to do all of that. It's going to be a pretty cool bootcamp experience. It's going to be a little bit longer, a little more material than the current 14-day sort of sprint style that we have still. But it's going to be a pretty powerful thing. It's fun. I've got a lot of it filmed, a lot of it created, a lot of the slides and the resources created for you guys. But that's what I'm going to be working on today. So instead of doing a whole lot of like extra little live calls, like the copy breakdown calls that I do, or like where we break down something from a swipe file, or the sales call, I'm going to save that because I think the biggest impact I can make for each of you guys individually is to get that stuff filmed and get that stuff released for you guys. So that's what my schedule is going to be like. We just wrapped up the Improve Your Marketing IQ Challenge the other day, announced the winner. That was good. You guys did a lot of cool stuff. I've got another challenge. I don't know if it's going to be a challenge so much as just like a fun exercise for us all to do inside of the Improve Your Marketing IQ channel today. I had you guys vote on which of kind of 3 ideas I had that you guys would like to do. And we've got a pretty fun winner, and it's going to be pretty fun. I'm going to drop that right after this call. So we've got some fun things happening in the campus, right? We've got some fun things going on. But let's talk about today's lesson. Let's talk about today's idea. How to unlock the key to marketing success in any campaign you're working on. Because you guys are going to do a lot of different campaigns. You're going to work with different businesses. You're going to launch your own businesses. There's going to be a lot of different scenarios you're going to be thrown into as a direct response marketer, as a copywriter. And sometimes you're not going to know what to do exactly. And I'm going to show you kind of how to, what I call the lockpick of marketing, the way that you can kind of unlock and steal any kind of resource you ever need, right? Basically. So this all kind of got brought up because of a student's comment that I received the other day, and I want to read that one to you. And we're going to talk about it because this is kind of a common scenario I see inside the question. So, and real quick, before I dive into this, I'm not trying to tear into this guy or anything like that. I'm just going to try and show you some kind of what to do if you find yourself in this situation. Just about everybody has found themselves here in this situation as a copywriter and as a marketer. I found myself here, obviously. I'm going to show you guys how to get out of it. So let's dive in. So this guy asked me, said, Andrew, hey, hello, professor. The most business owners looking for the result. For example, how many leads I will bring them. To be honest, I have no idea how my copy will bring leads to them. I don't want to make them spend money. Instead, I want to show them results first, but I have no idea how my copy will generate leads. I am in desperate situation and almost giving up everything. So difficult situation. The guy is worried, he's stressed, he's up against a marketing challenge that he doesn't know how to work with. He doesn't know what to do. He doesn't know exactly how to approach generating leads. And he's worried and he feels a little bit overwhelmed. Now, that's a common scenario. If you felt that, and if you've ever experienced anything remotely like that, put a 1 in the chat. I'm going to show you how to go from that spot of being overwhelmed, staring down the barrel of a new type of marketing campaign you haven't done before, worried about everything, and how to get out of it. So if you ever felt that, put a 1 in the chat. I want to know if this is actually a relevant problem, or if this guy and myself are the only ones who have ever found ourselves in that situation. Okay, we've got a couple people. Okay, yeah, you guys have felt this. You guys have looked at a business. How am I actually going to help them with this part of their business? I don't know how. How do I do it? Yeah, someone put, yeah, 3 1s. Super. Okay, so the first thing you have to do, right? If you wake up and boom, you're living this guy's life. That's what you're experiencing right now. The first thing you need to do, and this is the first thing I told him to do, is take a deep breath and relax a little bit. The world's not over, right? Just because you're staring down a program and you don't know what to do doesn't mean you need to like freak out or worry or think about giving up. You have a lot of resources, right? So I linked immediately the Dancing in the Moonlight song. I'm like, dude, just calm down for a second, relax, right? Because he's all worked up. He's on the brink. He's on the edge of like quitting and doesn't know what to do because he's overwhelmed and it's just scary for him, right? First thing you got to do is you got to change your state. You got to relax. Get up, move, go for a walk, right? Walk with purpose. I talked about this the other day. So change your state. And then sit down. And here's the thing. No matter what business you're in, if it's a decent business, right? Unless it's like completely brand new because they discovered some new element from space, unless it solves some completely new human problem, whatever business you're currently working on, it solves an existing human problem. It solves an existing industry problem. And there's other people out there that have solved this problem effectively, right? There are other businesses that are successful in your field, right? For this guy, I know for a fact he's working with, because I've interacted with him several times inside of the Ask Professor Andrew channel. I've seen some of the stuff he posts. I kind of pay attention to some of you students. I kind of know what you're up to. He is specifically working with real estate agents, and he's trying to help them get leads for their real estate agency, right? Or like a real estate agent helping them find leads either for buyers or sellers, right? Now, thankfully, there are about 1 million real estate agents in the world because it's location specific and all that stuff. And there are some people out there who are hyper successful real estate agents. They are crushing it. They have solved this leads problem. So if you're staring down this barrel and you've got businesses that want you to help them create leads and you're not sure exactly what to do or what type of funnel to do or how to adopt that lead funnel, and I showed him the resource that he had for creating leads. You don't know exactly how to adopt it. All you have to do is spend some time searching around on the internet, find a couple really successful real estate agents, and then break down what they do. How do they run their socials? How do they run their search stuff? How are they generating traffic? How are they converting that traffic into leads? And you just find out what they're doing. Put your email address in there, submit it like you're a lead, and see what happens afterwards. Just see what they're doing, right? You're going to see the steps, and because you're a smart guy, you understand marketing, you understand copywriting, you're going to understand, okay, here's roughly what his funnel looks like. You can draw it down on a piece of paper. Okay, they go from this social media post to this page, and then there's this pop-up that says this, and this. Okay, so I can do this much, and it looks like from SEMrush that they're getting this much traffic per week, blah, blah, blah. And you can just map it out. You can just look and see what they're doing and just map it out. And if you do this with 2 or 3 different real estate agents that are crushing it in the space, pretty soon you'll notice some patterns. You'll say, oh, look, They all do this, and then they do this, and they hit this emotion, and that's how they get them to trigger the lead, right? And then after they get the lead, they're doing this, this, and this, right? Boom. I've done the math. I know how they're doing it. It's called, I now have the model for success inside of the real estate niche. Now, maybe I can improve upon it better, right? Like I'm doing it in a different area, so that makes it really easy. But let's say it wasn't like that. Let's say it wasn't a real estate agency, and it was more like a fitness supplement for old guys, let's say, right? It was a supplement for old guys to help them, let's say, keep gaining muscle when they get older. Let's say that was it, right? And you went and found a couple companies that were doing it well. You're going to find their rough model, but you're probably, as a genius copywriter, like you all should be, and all should be kind of believing you are and aspiring to be, you should be able to believe that you can do it better. You say, okay, he's hitting on this nerve. Like they're going at this angle of like the angle of status from other people, and I'm going to hit it a little bit better by making vivid imagery, right? You can find the model and then improve upon it. But if you ever stare down a campaign, and I do this with my campaigns, right? Anytime I sit down to create any kind of marketing asset whatsoever, I not only am I analyzing my avatar, not only am I setting my objectives and deciding what I need to do, but I'm going out into the world. I'm seeing what other people in the marketing world are doing in this space, right? And I'm figuring out, I'm modeling their success, and then I'm improving upon it. Sometimes I take a model from a different industry, right? Let's say I'm a real estate agency, or let's say I'm in the fitness niche. I might go see what that real estate's guy is doing. I might find something from that model I can plug or bolt into my current model to make it better. But basically, if you want to solve an existing marketing problem, if you want to do any kind of business in any kind of existing niche that's ever existed ever, all you have to do is go into that niche and find out what the successful people are doing, combine that with your understanding of marketing and communication, and just execute on that model. It's right there. Everything is out there in the public. You can just go look at it. Anything, at least on the front end, right? Maybe it's in the back end, you'd have to buy products and like subscribe to newsletters for a long time to see. But for the most part, that front end stuff, dude, it's all available. You can go look at it right now. And even the back end stuff's pretty cheap, right? You say you're launching a business and your goal is to make 7 figures with that business. It might be worth $147,000, $3,000, $10,000 even to buy all of your competitors' products and see their entire funnel just to know what they're doing, right? So, my friends, don't get overwhelmed. When you run into a new problem, a new challenge, get excited. It's an opportunity to learn. It's an opportunity to do new things. It's cool, and there is no such thing as a locked door in marketing. You know the right questions to ask. You know how to model things. You know how to go out and understand and learn from real life stuff. That's what the whole last marketing IQ challenge was about. You know how to do it. There is no locked doors. There is no permanent roadblock for you. You have the skills in there. You have myself. You have everybody inside of the program. You have all the resources you ever need to get out of any situation. So the next time you find yourself looking at a situation thinking, man, how do I help a business like this? Relax. Like watch Dance in the Moonlight, go for a walk, do some push-ups, do what you need to do to get in a better state, and then sit down and just find what other people are doing to be successful and model that. It's that simple. It's not that hard, right? The hardest part is just keeping control of your emotions and focusing on the things you can control. But you guys now know the secret. You have the lockpick. You can go and unlock any marketing challenge you ever face, basically for the rest of your life. Now I'm going to give you a lot of resources to do it faster and make it easier and help you get better at using that and asking better questions. But my friends, you've got the answer. There's no need to ever get overwhelmed again. You've got what you need. Real quick, someone asked a question. And they paid money to ask questions. And you guys don't have to pay me money to ask questions. Just go to Ask Professor Andrew. Submit it there. I answer every single question every single day inside of that channel. But Eddie, whatever, said, hey, Professor Andrew, are there any rules for the video? Can we use any music? Anything we are not allowed to do? What is the deadline? The deadline is number 200. So however many days from now, we're at 188. So you've got, 12 more days? Yeah, as far as music, don't use anything that's going to give me copyright infringed. I don't think. I don't want to have to go deal with any legal stuff, but I think if you use small clips and stuff, you're okay. Anything you're not allowed to do. Yeah, I mean, obviously you should try and keep it appropriate for all audiences, if at all possible. And really the whole point of the power up thing is while people are here, it's got to be something that gives them a little bit of energy, gives them a little bit of excitement, gets them pumped. If you watch this last video, it's awesome. The guy who did this crushed it, and it's awesome. It's cool. It brings that like vivacious energy, that powerful, hey, we're gonna go conquer the world energy, which is what I want you guys to feel on these morning power up calls. And it's a great video. So just make it like that. It'll be great. Guys are asking, and you guys are gonna ask me when the boot camp is gonna be released. I'm working on it as fast as I possibly can. I have no idea. I'm not gonna give you a deadline. It's gonna happen as soon as possible. So Use what you guys have inside the camp. The bootcamp, current bootcamp is great. The temporary bootcamp updates channel has a lot of the upgraded information that you're going to need. I'm going to be releasing parts of the bootcamp, so I'm not going to wait till the whole thing's done. I'm going to like get a chunk of it done. I'm going to release that, and I'm going to get another chunk done. I'm going to add that onto it. So it's not going to just be like one giant release. I'm going to get it to you a little quicker than that by releasing chunks of it. So guys, it's been a good call. I don't want to get bogged down in answering questions. I've got other questions over here I've got to answer, so I'm going to answer those. But guys, it's been a good call. Hopefully you guys can take this information and use this to go out and get whatever you need in any kind of marketing campaign you ever find yourself in. My friends, it's been a good call. I'll talk to you guys again tomorrow. Let's go get it.